All right. We are on, guys.
It's exciting.
And we got video.
We got video. Now you see what we look like.
Yeah.
If you didn't know.
Now we're not just two nerds behind microphones.
Yeah.
We have faces.
We're not the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I know. None of that shit anymore.
And they'll still be like, so Pradesh's the guy on the right side, right? And you're like, get the...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You guys sound like your brothers.
Nothing pisses Yuri off more than when people say we look like twins and shit.
Yeah, because look at us. Do we?
I get brothers. Brothers make sense.
Yeah. Twinning. So.
Well, okay, people. Trump is president.
Yeah.
Hillary got her ass kicked.
Yeah.
Don't really know if it's going to matter as much as people think it's going to matter, but it's an interesting result nonetheless.
That's true. I mean, I was kind of glad that she did because I'm not a Hillary fan, but at the same time I felt bad because she was more qualified. But I was never a fan of Hillary. Just never.
Because you always felt like she was disingenuous.
Yeah, because she had that really condescending laugh. You know those people who can, like, you could talk shit to them and they'll just go, oh, no. Can't stand that.
That's the freaking political laugh.
That's
political as shit.
Political is shit.
I just think it's funny how people freaking out like the world's coming to an end or something. And it's
right.
not.
It's not.
It's not. It's really not going to affect most people's daily lives.
Yeah.
Like Bill Burr said, did Obama come to your house and freaking make you breakfast and wake you up in the morning?
Right.
Hello,
right,
get up.
Right.
Well, it's the morning.
Right.
And it's time to wake up.
I mean, since Obama's been elected, this has been some of my roughest years. So fucking.
No, I just think it's.
This is coffee, by the way.
Oh, yeah, you're talking direct to
with
Kelly.
a splash of some grandpa's old cough syrup.
It's crazy about how I mean, this is the appropriate time to talk about it because people are a little less fired up.
Right.
Well, I mean, I think we both voted for Hillary.
Right.
And this is
or so we say.
And this is based on the fact that your vote actually counts because it really doesn't, as long as the electoral college is around. You could have been we could have both voted for Trump here and it would have made a difference because Hillary won the popular vote. So it doesn't really matter what you vote for in California.
Right. It's
going Democratic. 55's going to Democrats.
Yeah, I'm not really tripping about being in California being affected because it's California and
it's not so much that, it's the fact that like people act like their lives are over and like demonization and this whole idea that like everyone that voted for whoever you, just that whole division of people. Like, when did politics become a part of everyone's daily life? Well, it was never like that as kids, daily life. Because of social media and everything, it's like become part of people's daily life. Like, they wake up miserable knowing who's president.
Right.
Or a certain policy. Don't get me wrong, we're all affected somehow or another, but no one affects your happiness, how you treat people, your laughter, your just you. Right. You know?
I mean, your parents probably always talked about politics growing up.
My mom didn't give a shit. My dad was in it and followed it, obviously, just because he's corporate.
I feel it's like the only way Indian people know how to feel smart.
They do, but I feel like they actually did talk about politics, but was more about economics.
Right.
It was all more about like stocks, investments.
Oh, okay.
Retirements. Gotcha. That's what I heard them talk about more than anything, was that type of stuff.
Got you.
But yeah, of course they talked about politics here. And all I'm saying is, I'll look into the camera and say this: you should go watch Van Jones, The Messy Truth. It's a 3-part series on Facebook, and he goes to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and he sits in Trump voters' homes, sits down with Clinton voters.
Gettysburg.
It's just objective, and you get that both sides. To sit here and be like, oh, everyone that voted for Trump is a complete racist, xenophobe.
Right.
No, it's like who actually watches the debates to make a decision? Very few people.
I mean, black ass whoopings have been going up, like that guy in the coffin. Some white guys, and I don't know where the fuck, beat up some black guy and put his ass in a coffin. It's pretty.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that a lot of people just voted because they didn't like Hillary.
Right.
Yeah. It was simple enough for that. It was really, they didn't care what the fuck he said.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying I agree with it or not. That doesn't matter. Whether I agree with it or not doesn't matter. The point is, that was their reasoning. they're entitled to that reasoning.
Right.
Whether you like it or not is different, right?
Right.
Um,
He's smart.
He's
Such
smart.
a good campaigner, good marketer, good at branding himself.
Now,
Good
does
at
he know
winning you
anything
over.
about the presidency? Hell no. I mean, that's
No.
kind of interesting, that he got.
Mhm.
But it's, I mean, this is the thing. One thing that's going to happen is the same thing that always happens when Republicans take office, right?
And what is
the
that?
environment is
Ah,
screwed because
right.
they always put environment down the drain.
Mm.
And then...
no pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. And then female rights, right? As
Right.
far as you're going to have to go pro-life with that. But the thing is,
Right.
with my interesting thing is, abortion. Personally, I'm pro-choice,
Mm.
but you can't tell someone who's pro-life that they're wrong because that's their opinion. That's how they feel. There's no objective truth to that. It's just an opinion.
Right.
Okay. With the environment, it's not an opinion. That's an objective truth.
Right.
That's a fact.
Yeah. It's factual.
You can
It's
you can
factual.
not want to believe it. That's
Right,
fine, but that's
right,
a fact.
Right.
So that I don't like.
Right.
Because
But
I do care about the environment a lot, and all the stuff that we have moved forward.
right.
I mean, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how
Right.
far back we do move
Right.
with all those decisions.
I feel like we're on C-SPAN.
Yeah, no.
Like, now I believe in pro-choice. Women's, it's factual. And listen, Larry.
I just, dude, have you got? I mean, everyone goes on Facebook. Have you seen the way people talk though?
I
It's
do.
like they want to murder each other.
I know.
It's
Especially- I mean,
insanity.
Yeah. Even, I don't believe that we're doomed. I just believe, hey, there was a fair
We're not doomed.
fair voting, fair election. Nothing was twisted. Was
It shows you more how people felt pushed against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was going to is debate things always interesting to me. It's like, let's say if you had decided I'm voting for Trump, who gives a shit about why? If that was your
Right.
decision when he became the Republican candidate,
Hmm.
any debate was you were gonna find. That's how human beings work, right? When you like or love something, you rationalize their poor behavior, and when it's good, you go see.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course.
It's like when you're with a girl. Like after you break up, you're like, I don't know what I was thinking.
Right.
Right? Because your objective rational mind kicks in.
Right.
And we do the same shit when it comes to someone we want to vote for or anything.
The passion.
Right? The passion. It's like, Donald Trump, I like him. I think he's better.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't even need to know why that's how I feel, right?
Right.
So then what you do after is you go, okay, see, but what about all the racist shit he says, man, about Trump? Well, he doesn't mean that.
Right.
You can say about anything, right?
Right.
Well, he doesn't mean that. He's just saying he's not a good talker. He
Right.
doesn't know how to speak well, but he knows what's better. I mean, whether you agree with it or not. And the same thing with Hillary. You go, yo, man, I mean, those email things were messed up. In my opinion, I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure most people deal with that shit.
Right.
No, she's a lying bitch.
I know. She doesn't give a shit about explaining. She's like, yeah, those emails are out, so fuck all y'all.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Just wanted to.
Hashtag I'm with myself.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna
We'll
title this
title this.
podcast because
You
we
should be too. Stop worrying so much.
we were talking about wanting to touch on death and what it means to us. When
Yeah, you've been facing a lot of death lately.
Been facing death.
This last few days.
I mean, I've been around people who are having a death in their family. I knew a guy just today I found out who died, who used to work at the bar. Used to be a manager at the bar I work at, and he was found dead outside of his car in Boyle Heights. That just all sounds fucked up. Yeah. Dead outside your car in Boyle Heights, which is a really a ghetto Hispanic area that you don't really go to unless you're trying to find a carniceria. Or
I never been to Boyle Heights.
Yeah, I used to tutor
And
a kid there.
so they still don't know if he was murdered, it was a
I mean,
carjacking gone wrong, or if he just.
There's high chances that if you're there, you either got murdered.
I love how you said either, and you just.
I know.
Went off and-
I just.
There's high chances where you're either.
You either
He's
you got
murdered.
murdered.
He's
Not
murdered. He
murdered.
died.
Just
He died.
shanked or shot.
It's crazy, man. Only 32 years old, and it's
Mhm.
right before Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah, that
rough.
was really sad. Whenever you hear about, obviously, when someone dies that way, I don't know that yet, but just kind of speculating. But just around the holidays, if someone dies or someone's around death, And then you were working on that film with that kid who's
Yeah,
dying.
it's sick. I did something called Make a Film Foundation. Everyone should look it up. It's amazing. It's kind of like Make a Wish Foundation. But there was a 16-year-old kid named Anthony Conti. Shout out to him.
Right, right.
And he's in stage 4 adrenal gland cancer. Don't know how much longer he has. Maybe a couple months. That's what I've heard, at least.
What's the crazy thing about cancer is they always say a couple months and then like fucking years go by and they're like, yeah, we didn't expect
Yeah.
him to ...
But I mean, you could tell by seeing this kid. I mean, who knows about diagnosis time? But it's hitting him hard. He's on some strong shit. He's on morphine.
From what you
He's
said,
having a
yeah.
hard time walking around. So he's definitely feeling the effects. But
16.
he was a writer. Yeah, he's been had a YouTube page for about 4 years since he was 12, creating content. And they found out about this kid's struggle. Brought his short film to life, and it's sick.
It's badass.
It's sick. We had he got partnered up with Scott Kozar, who wrote The Machinist. He wrote the Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot, Bates Motel. He's a writer on, and he helped write the script with him. And the stars are Johnny Depp, Laura Dern, Chad Coleman, J.K. Simmons is in it. I
Sick.
mean, ballers, A-list stars in the thing. And then I got lucky. I got a little part in it too. So who would have thought the biggest cast I would ever work with, or the most well-known cast I'd work with, being on a short film over a weekend?
So the lesson here is, if you want to get some shit made, you gotta pick a disease and try to get it.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
It was an insane experience, though, man. That set was just wild. That much talent to just be around it. You're like, holy shit.
I know.
I would have thought when I would have been around that much talent was when I booked like $100 million film. For real.
Right.
You know? To be
Right.
directed by Sam Raimi, who directed all the Spider-Man. You're like,
Right.
you know.
I mean, I've been around that kind of town, but I was an intern. So, but even then, I was
But
like,
I
oh,
always
shit.
imagine, like, with the day I'd be on something with that caliber of talent, like, you would see Johnny Depp on set, you'd be like, oh, I just booked $100 million film.
Right.
Or something just massive.
Yeah.
And it was just cool, man. It was all for him. It was awesome.
No, that's
It was just
really cool.
inspiring. It was
Right.
really, really fun. I was pumped.
Has anyone ever faked that? Like they're like, oh, I have this disease, and they never fucking had anything, but they got.
I'm sure someone else had to.
someone had to.
But you get
have.
caught quick.
Right.
You can't.
Quick?
It's hard to last that long. You got to be a pretty great actor, and the people with you have to be great actors too, right?
Right.
I mean,
right.
you gotta have people fake to be your parents. The paperwork. You're gonna see all this documentation. They've been following this guy's
Right,
down.
right.
You know what I mean? So it'd have to be like a real in-depth scam.
You
if
know
what
what's-
I'm saying?
What's sad about it though? It's like they have to know definitely that you're gonna die. It's like, are you sure he's gonna die? Okay, cool, we'll make it. It's like, no, he has two more years. Oh, fuck that. We'll
We
find
need someone else who has it worse.
yeah, like HIV, you can be in remission forever and ever, but it's like, okay, he has HIV. Okay, so his progress has been good. Okay, we can't do the film.
HIV now is not even. You can live a pretty good life on HIV.
That's
now
the thing.
with
It's
technology.
like you have to be dying for sure for them to be like, we will make your film.
Yeah, make a wish, yeah. I mean, you know, you're trying to help the ones who have the worst.
The worst, yeah. That's an interesting kind of a subject to tap onto, that how differently people will treat you if
When they know you're about to go.
when they know, you know.
Yeah.
You could be hiding that shit too, like, but as soon as they find out, then it's like they will complete. It's like being famous.
It's like when you
Same
face your own
treatment.
mortality, right?
Right.
So when someone faces their mortality, it's like we're all facing a mortality. We just think that. But when you're facing it, almost having a knowing, like this
Yeah.
is coming to an end in a short period of
Right,
time.
right.
Humanity has this big sensitivity with death, right?
Right.
This death is like, we're so scared of it, and we have a lot of empathy for it.
Right.
So
Especially with kids.
especially with kids who
Kids,
hasn't lived
that's
life.
sad.
It's
So
with that
sad.
innocence, right? So that empathy for death is always an interesting subject to me, about how we go about it, because we already know that's the only truth that we all are born with, that we're gonna die,
Right.
right? So
Right.
we still get shocked by it, like it's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you see it on a kid, just innocent,
Right.
it's you're like, damn, man.
Even though a 16-year-old kid is totally far from innocent, just, you know, but obviously still a kid. When I
Still
was
a kid. I mean,
yeah, you just
you know, you go when you're 16, you feel like, oh yeah, I got to figure it out, obviously.
yeah.
But I mean, you see a 16, you're like, man, I remember what I used to think like when I was 16 is like, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I didn't have a basis. Like, I don't have a foundation of an opinion.
Right. You just
know?
you just want to fuck around with friends.
You don't have
You're in
schema.
school.
So yeah, it was an incredible experience, man.
Right. Right.
You know, just I mean, just to be there and like Johnny Depp walks by you,
Yeah. Hell yeah.
you're like, just stoked for him.
Right. Right.
You
right.
gotta work with this
Yeah.
guy. It's
Definitely go to.
And,
die
and,
happy.
he, and he got to work with me.
Yeah.
Huge deal.
Totally. I mean, without you, the film would be nothing.
Destroyed. I mean, they all. I mean, I inspired all of
Right,
them
right,
artistically.
Right.
They
I mean,
were
they
with
even
it.
called me. They're like, "Can we please get him?" And
Yeah,
you
I was
know,
like,
talk to them.
talk to my people. My
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are busy.
Yeah.
You know, I love.
I know.
It's always nice taking time out to help fellow
Right.
actors,
Right,
everybody.
Right. It is.
I'm
it
a good
is.
person
Giving
like
back.
Give 'em back.
Giving back.
Please, I was like, I was the least known person on that goddamn set.
Right.
I think the makeup artists were more known than me.
Did that surprise you?
It was weird. I was like, I don't know if I belong here.
Right.
I'm like, it was all like a series lead on shows. And
I mean,
shit.
there's probably some zombies out there who were faceless.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but like, yeah, all the other principal actors are talking about like, yeah. So on this TV show, how's your show going, man? How's your show? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you get picked up. What's the viewership like? And I'm just sitting
Yeah.
there going, yeah. So I'm gonna go audition for this thing. Real quick.
Right.
And,
Right.
Yeah.
Well.
How's the series going? Cool. Yeah, series.
The
My
series-
ass. I ain't got no goddamn series.
Yeah. Series irregular.
For
Fucking-
sure. That's
Yeah.
a great title.
Yeah.
Series irregular. I like
That's
that.
what I am.
I think that's all of us in here.
Right.
This whole house is series irregular.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Other than that, I was about to go tap into death again.
Yeah, let's tap into death thing. No, we were talking about earlier. It was like, what are your thoughts when you think about your parents?
Yeah. We were talking about that earlier.
I mean, and I mean that in obviously what we don't want that, and it's sad, but it's gonna happen. It's inevitable. So
Right.
and you were saying some things you wanted for your mother that you would feel
Yeah.
incomplete if she passed before you did that.
Yeah, it's different for my mom and my dad. So for my mom, I want to be able to bring her some type of fulfillment and achievement that she's been looking for. You know, like allow her to open up a little restaurant or those are because my mom is a chef and she wants to she's been trying to open up a catering service.
Yeah, she's a bomb cook.
Yeah, she's really good. She's talented. She just doesn't have the mind or the kind of ability to make that come to fruition. And so I would like to do that for her. I would like to be able to have the means and the power resources to make that happen for her. If I couldn't make that happen for her, or she couldn't by the time she dies, it made me feel like a complete piece of shit. So for me, it's about making that happen. For my dad, if he were to die all of a sudden, which I think about a lot because he lives in India, I'm like, man, it's just randomly one day I'll get a phone call and be like, hi, Yuvi, you know, this is so-and-so, and you're that phone call. I think about that, and it would make me really sad because I have the same thing. I would want to, with my dad, this is something that he's always wanted to do, is rent an RV and tour all across Europe, just driving all around Europe, eating good stuff, and just spending a lot of time with my dad. Not that I don't know my dad. I know my dad pretty well, and we have a good bond. But I just want to kind of really have a hardcore hangout session with my dad.
Why don't you though? Like you guys.
Because right now I'm here, he's there, and I'm at a point in my career that I really need to go hard.
Yeah.
And I can't just leave, otherwise I get fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he knows that. He understands it. Of course, he would love for me to just go to India for like 3 months and hang out, but can't.
Can't do that right now. Yeah, I feel like for me, I just want to be able to. I want my parents to be able to do what they want to do charitably and give and do everything and not have money be even a thought for them.
Yeah.
I just want to keep their current lifestyle, and so they can. I know my dad just has this spirit. He feels like I just want him to be able to travel. He would want to be able to travel, just actually do this, not because he has vacation saved up or not because he can do it for 3 weeks. I want to be like, yo, good. You know what? You're gonna go on a 6-month tour of the world.
Absolutely.
You're going around this whole year. You guys are traveling.
Yeah.
That's what I want them to be able to do. You know.
Right.
And I want to show them a different type of world. Also, I
Yeah.
want to be able to introduce them to
The
people.
good life.
Yeah, I mean they've lived a pretty good life, but more so than money, like I want them to have access to people to change their mindset emotionally, meditatively. You know, like
That's what I
yeah,
mean.
that real like to get out of that confines of judgment and all the other stuff that are limiting them. 'Cause
Right.
they have everything else, but it's like, all right, I just want them to have complete freedom, that detach. You know,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to continue helping them.
There's a guy I listen to for all that kind of stuff. He's like a coach, a life coach. You know, he coaches big companies, life
about Gary?
strategist. Who? No,
Gary?
not him.
Oh.
He's one of them. Gary Vaynerchuk.
I don't know how to say his
Vaynerchuk.
damn last name.
But there's another guy named Brendan Bouchard.
Mhm.
Bouchard sounds like I'm fucking up the name, but it's Bouchard.
What's up with the shitty last names?
I
for
don't know.
motivational speakers?
Why can't it
Just
be
have
like
a normal
Brian
name?
Smith or
Yeah,
something? I know. And he has this phrase called the charged life, living the charged life. And that is essentially what that is. It's living life, not just good as in wealth, but overall having access to good people.
Wealth in every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
Because we always think of it like materialistically, but yeah,
Right.
that wealth,
Right.
that inspiration where you're excited to wake up, excited to hit the gym,
Exactly.
everybody, excited to
Exactly.
eat healthy and meditate and meet people and
Yep.
create and live and laugh.
Totally.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I would, but just my own ego thing. I want to pay off my parents' house,
Oh, yeah.
but my dad would never want that because he looks at it as a
That's
bad
one thing I don't have
investment.
to do.
Yeah, I actually just want to write him a
longer.
check of whatever his mortgage, and then he can do what the hell he wants.
Yeah.
I've always dreamt of doing that.
Right.
And I want to buy him the car he wants.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, this is stuff I want to do because my parents don't need any financial help.
Right.
So it's a thing I've wanted to do as a son. Like, yo,
Absolutely.
I got you.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. No.
I guess
hell
I'm
yeah.
lucky to know that it's not like they need it. If they needed it, I'd feel like shit right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm not in that
Yeah, you
position to
would.
like just handle everything, you know?
Right. That's what I feel. I know I need, time to reach where I need to reach, but yeah, every day I'm like, fuck, I need to get my mom a place to live.
Yeah, but you put a lot of pressure on yourself.
Yeah, but I have no other option for what else am I supposed to do?
I don't think pressure helps. I think the intensity of what you do will do it, but the pressure is not adding positivity.
I mean, I don't just wake up and start sweating going, fuck, I need to pay for a mortgage or save up for a loan. I just think everything I do needs to go towards that.
Yeah, but you
I
already
gotta do
are
that.
doing that though.
Yeah, but that's what I think about, and until that happens, I ain't quitting.
Quitting.
I ain't stopping.
I ain't stopping, son.
Can't stop, won't stop. Gotta get down. It's Lil Wayne.
Yeah, UV had a funny moment today because he went online. He was gonna apply for something.
Yeah.
It was like a body double, and it ended up that when they showed the picture of the guy he was gonna double, it's a guy who he gets annoyed
Yeah.
of that books everything that he. Well, not everything, but books a few things that you've gone in for. It's freaking hilarious.
Right. He just has this look, that nice classic Indian look that's very identifiable, safe,
It's porque you look Latin, you look Hispanic. Huh?
Yeah, that's the thing, is that my look is doing me a disservice right now for certain things. And every time
So it's the
I can
O face you just
anticipate.
made while you wrapped your eye.
Yeah. Yeah, man, you gotta like...
Got it.
But yeah, every time it's so funny. Like this guy in particular, I'll see him at some audition. It'll be for some kind of catalog thing, and I pretty much can guarantee that I lose it to him, and because it's worked out like that a few times, and he just has that that look. I'm like, I just fucking give it to him. Why am I even here? But yeah.
That, my friends, is what we call a UVism.
Yeah. Really? That was just a straight up breakdown of an actual situation.
No, UVism is... fuck it, just give it to him. I'm not gonna get it.
Oh, yeah.
That's a UVism.
I never think like that truly, but it's like, surface level. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? This guy again
Yeah, like, this is
shows up there
bullshit.
with a smile and his little, Indian checkered office worker shirt, all neutral and shit.
And like your dad would say, a bloody kid looks like an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking like a little bitch.
Yeah, my dad's really funny when he describes himself. He's like, yeah, why wouldn't they? When he's talking about himself, he's like, yeah, when I was young, nice, good, big, bloody, good-looking guy, good body. Of course I was in high demand. So
Of course, I was in high demand. All the girls were very interested in me, in my body, and it was good shape. And
refers to himself as a stag, as in male deer.
that's what he
Really
calls
funny.
himself.
Yeah, he's like, oh, there were a couple of stags there. It's really funny.
There were some couple stags, and
It was a stag party.
yeah, it was good times.
Yeah.
I was the best stag though, but
Yeah. My dad's very self-promoting. Yep.
Alright. Well, hope you enjoyed the first video.
See.
I drink water. I'm on the phone, and
Yeah, you notice this time is like, yeah, it's our first video, but we didn't like make it some kind of special thing. We just wanted to kind of continue our normal thing, but we just happened to be on video. So from now on, it'll be like this.
Yeah.
Like we didn't go, hey, this is our first video podcast.
Yeah, we don't
guys.
do that. We don't do that.
Yeah,
We don't do that.
we could have. I mean, it
Could've,
wouldn't
but
have been bad.
we
but
don't do it
we don't.
unless you want us to. All right, peace.
All right.